Yeah. What it do? Yes, brother man from the motherland coming to you guys live from the NY back with another one of that ROD pod. For those that don't know who I am, I'm him, Junns The NBIC, you know? And definitely gotta give a shout out to all you guys for your continuous support, leaving all that feedback, the positive, the negative, all things is respected and needed because it allows me to do what I do best, and that is to continue keeping my foot on you heathens, you he-gros, and the duly installed heathenites next. Also in the addition of all religion, which includes Christianity, Judaism, Hebrewism, Hinduism, and any other isms that's keeping us in spiritual prison. My job is to dismantle and destroy. Round of applause for that. Now, shout out to my big bro, man. Shout out. Let me start off by saying that. Shout out to the big bro. Uh we had a conversation today. Probably like an hour or so conversation amongst each other. And the conversation was him basically trying to understand where I was at with my new subtle approach, right? And I want to start off by saying, listen, people, for those that's concerned or worried or think that I've gone to the dark side, I have gone to the dark side, but the dark side of embracing my African bloodline and standing on the African bloodline. Right? Now, some of you guys may think that I have denounced the understanding of the creators, and that's something that I will never do. I said it once and I say it again. I will never step away or shy away from the divine order. The reason why I don't say give all praise to the heavenly ones in my intro is because we're separating ourselves from the same intros that the Isis Rael individuals, start off when they doing their lives or their YouTube or their radio shows. We're not subject to that, right? Cool. I will never shy away from my people, right? So me and the big bro, we had a hour or so conversation where we was just, he's understanding where I'm going and I'm understanding what he's doing. I mean, I understand what he's doing, but why me don't agree with the things that's being told or being taught coming out of the Biblos. Now, and shout out to my other OG, but I'll get to that in a few. And in our discussion is him understanding why I'm in this position that I am in now. And like, let me take the time out to also address this online. So you guys, especially those that's thinking that I've went rogue. I didn't go rogue. I went black. You know what I'm saying? I went dark. I went to embrace my Africanness, my African blood. I went to represent my ancestors. I went to represent those that stood before me, right? Basically, what I'm telling you is I have denounced all religion because religion is spiritual prison. That is facts. Okay? And I've also denounced the Euro-Christian ideology, things that was forced upon our people through slavery, right? So what I want you guys to understand is, okay? In this book right here, How to Make a Negro Christian. I'm gonna do a whole breakdown But I wanna run to a part in the book that I wanna run a point into the book where it shows you, just to give you guys an understanding of why I'm in the position that I am in, as far as where I stand when it comes to the understanding of who we are. Uh, I'll find it. I'll find it. Okay. Now, it's just a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like literally having to break down. I got a lot highlighted, and I don't know which one I highlighted. I forgot to put like point one, point two, point three. But anyway, in this book, and a plenty other books, it shows you how such religions was forced upon people. It's to the point where when I seen it, I had to make my whiz also look at it just to make sure that I wasn't crazy. And even when she looked at it, her response was shaking her head and saying, "Wow." Now, when you see things like this, right? And passing it on to her and letting her see exactly what I'm reading, like, yo, look, what the heck are these people doing? And then you take yourself out, right? When I say take yourself out of religion. Remember how you was prior to religion. Remember how you was prior to, you know, thinking that you was a Hebrew, or being a devoted Christian or whatever. Remember who you was prior to that. Prior to who you was. Prior to the control that you had. Yeah, you may have lacked understanding and decisions when it came to doing right from wrong, but you had a sense of identity of who you was prior to that. When you get involved in such religion, which I like to call real legion, these real legions take control of your life. When I say by take control of your life is you then see things in a judgmental, right? Separated, divisional, perceiving yourself to be holier than the average person. This is a thought process that's taught through you through Euro-Christian ideology. Because before that, this thing was given unto you to have you have that mentality to see them, the Euros, as the superior. That's what it was. These religions was to program your mind into allowing you to see them as superior and you inferior. That's what it was. And over time, when it comes to Charles Jones and all of these individuals who put their hard work, like it's ordained for God to teach the gospel to the four corners of the earth. With those individuals, these individuals then these individuals then made it okay for us to teach us, to make us look like that amongst each other. So now you're going to see a pastor, an elder, or anybody in those positions look upon everybody else like they don't know, right? Now, when you see that, the objective is to be like, hold on, this is how things are supposed to be? Am I supposed to look down upon my brothers and sisters? Am I supposed to, mistreat them? Am I supposed to act like they're beneath me when I am also a slave? And I'm speaking from a beautiful skinned person. Am I supposed to look at them like how the Euros looked at us as slaves? Right? Cool. That's what comes with religion, right? But in the conversation that I had with my bro, he asks for me to explain certain things that occurred within the Biblos, right? He says, how did we fall as people? How did we how did we come into these shores on slavery? Now, My response to the big bro was it's simple. We did wrong, right? We was doing, and when I say we was doing wrong, we was doing wrong by by um what they call that, sleeping on the enemy, thinking that the enemy was encouraging us. But let me show you how did we fall. I want to give you guys a rundown. I didn't get a chance to give the big bro the rundown because I wanted to save it till I came on. Let me give you guys a rundown. In Now you guys know about the Sashu people. The Sashu people are your cocadors, your cocazors, whatever you want to call these people. They are the heathens, right? Heathens, and for me, heathens are anybody that is not of the stock of the creators, the divine orders. What I mean is the creators created individuals and other people was created by whatever, right? That's what I call heathens. Okay. You guys may want to call them Gentiles, etc. I put them all in one basket, right? Just like I call when I say Euro Christian is all of them, every single one of them. Germans, Greek, Romans, Arabs, Chinese, all of them, every single one of them, because the foundation is Euro Christian ideology, the foundation of it all, right? Everybody got to answer to the Pope. Okay, this is why I say Euro Christian, right? Cool. Let's move along. When these people was around us, right? The Sashu people, we warred against them. You see the story, in Egypt, etc., etc. We bind them up, right? We bound them up. They was prisoners. It was not servants. It was prisoners. Okay. After the prisons and their sentences and all that, we started releasing them. They started migrating to whatever area they wanted to migrate. They was going further back up north, right? It was going into Middle East, Turkey, all of that. All of that. They was going back to their designation. We warred against them again. They came back, we warred against them again. We conquered. We did this. You know what I'm saying? We took their women and we started having situations. Okay. And over time, these women and these children that was being under these women care was also being taught to, when the time is right, to kill and destroy. Okay, these are savage people we talking about here. We're not talking about saying normal, okay, I love you. There's no such thing as love when it comes to them. They don't know what that is. You have to have a soul to know what love is. Okay? They continued, they taught, and when we were sleeping, they attacked. All right? We felt that this is the beginning of the fall. Okay? This is the beginning of the fall. This is where you get the story of Hannibal and all of this. This is all of these things tied together. Hannibal fighting these people. It was for real. This is real, right? Cool. Now, how does this tie up with the Biblos, right? We warring, we doing this, we won, of course. They end up, you know, we winning, we losing. We win, you lose. We win, you lose, right? They end up building an established army. Okay. Okay. After, teaching them, teaching their sons and their children, because we thinking that this is us, they also carrying such substance of us in them. So we're teaching them the ins and outs, but they're always being taught by their mothers. You can see stuff like this in the movies. You know what I'm saying? Train up a child from young so when they get old, they won't depart, right? And I don't want to be all over the place, but I'm just trying to paint the picture so you guys can get a clear understanding, right? Now, as they rise in the in army and might and power, etc., 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 right? They end up having more confidence to come, right? They knew about our spirituality, right? These people know about our spirituality. Through them knowing about our spirituality, these individuals are, now, now I don't want to go too far, but now these people are knowing our spirituality, and now they're making their ways to various locations in Africa, right? They're going beyond Mesopotamia and that upper region. And I know I'm all over the place, but I just want you guys to get an understanding of how did we fall. Okay? All right? Making their ways into the various locations within Africa. Okay? We, whether we in the west side of Africa or South Africa, we are individuals who's loving, caring, etc., etc. We have warriors, just like you have tribal leaders, you have tribal warriors, you have all of this. You have individuals that are in these positions to protect and do, etc. We was kings as well. You know what I'm saying? We was kings, okay? And we had warriors. These individuals came into our space. Listen carefully. Came into our space like, look, we come in peace, we come in love. And we being who we are genetically, right? We're not vicious people. Don't listen to what I'm saying. Just pay attention to your everyday life. We're not vicious people. You have to do something to us for us to turn vicious. Okay? They come into our space. They learning our culture. They learning our ups, our lefts, our rights, our downs, our roundabouts. Right? They learning these things. We're teaching them. Like we doing now on social media. You seeing people showing off black people remedies and putting on internet. And now these Europeans know about it. Now these higher officials know about it, right? They know the power of fruits and everything. Oh yeah, let's discontinue all the fruit supplies and all that, right? Cool. Now, all of this is transpiring. Okay? Then these individuals decides to bring to then these individuals realize that we spiritual people, that we meditate, that we connected with the earth, that, when you see like a Rasta Safari and you see how these people are just very in tune and very relaxed and very humble, and you know what I'm saying? This is us. This is naturally us. We talking about spirituality, pure righteousness. This is us. Okay? We don't have this savage approach. This is a behavior that was taught later on, right? They see that, they learn that, they then go and they go to regroup. They say, yo, we seen such and such. These niggers ain't really about that. We should just come in and attack. They come, they attack. We win, they win. We lose, they lose. It's just win some, lose some. So now here comes this agreements that's taking place to preserve family members and stay alive. Colored people was siding with the enemy. You see, when we was winning, these people was going back and coming up with new plans, new tactics, right? Tactics like, okay, so we can't beat them physically. They're faster than what we expect them to be. These people are complete warriors. How do we come back? So they come back and they get stuff like cannons. Now they went from swords, now they got guns. Yes, these guns, these shooting things go way back. They're telling you now, oh yeah, no, these things been here. Okay? So now these things come and they're hurting us, they're poisoning our water, they're doing etc. They're doing etc. etc. Right? And then like I said, our people siding with them for partnership, right? To preserve, like, yo, please don't hurt me. I'm gonna show you where you could do. All right, cool. You do that, we'll help you. And you had individuals selling each other out for survival, for the sake of their children, of their family, their wife, whatever. They're selling people out. This is what happened. This is what led to the slaves. This is just like when they traveled and they seen various locations. They said, "Wait, this is food. This is, you know what I'm saying. This is what's over here. Oh yeah, we want this. This is just in their nature. It's just in their nature, right? Now, why have I changed my approach when it comes to the understanding of the Biblos? Because of situations like that, right? Where what's written in the Biblos does not correlate to the history that's been told on the land. That's as simple as it comes. What's written in the Biblos doesn't correlate with the stories and the things that goes on in the land. It just doesn't. There's no prophecy about it. Now, my big bro brought up certain things like Nehemiah, etc., etc. These things could possibly be true. It could possibly be true. Possibly, as key word, possibly. Now, for me, I'm not living off possibly. I'm not living off beliefs. I'm not living off opinions, and I'm damn sure not living off insertions, right? We are in a position where we at now as colored people where we need facts, because the fact of the matter is there's a full-fledged attack on black people. This is a fact. This is not my opinion. This is not my belief. This is not my assertions. This is not my assumptions. This is a fact. The fact of the matter is that these people are in our land and they're violating. This is facts. The fact of the matter is they're taking full advantage of innocent black boys and black girls here in America. This is facts, right? Now, in the Biblos, stay with me, guys. I know I'm left, right, up, down. Listen, my brain is just flowing. In the Biblos justify slavery. The Biblos justify murder, covetousness, abortion. This is in the Biblos. You cannot tell me that the creator, and I'm going based on what the big bro said, you can't tell me that the creator of the universe is now deliberately killing innocent people. Whether people went off and they did right to do this, it's still killing innocent people. When I read the book of Numbers, when the Biblos say kill all children, men and children, take all the golds and etc., and the woman, you can do whatever you want with them. That alone is unrighteous. That is not, I repeat, that is not of the divine orders. It is not. There's no way around you can make me believe that this is something that we supposed to be doing. Like this is acceptable. When you see that this is what's going on, you then have to question what are you reading and what are you being taught and who's teaching such behaviors. When you see that ever since this Biblos came into our life, we have never recouped. This is part of the reason why we fell in slavery. And like I said, I'm all over the place. But even them being in our space, when they came, open arms, etc., they started trying to teach us such ideologies. And like I was telling the big bro, anything that you do, just us as colored people, right? You do something for 100 years, you see something new, it feels good, it sounds good, it seems cool, you're gonna test that water. This is what we was doing. This is what we still doing, right? You woke up one day, you said, I want to convert into Islam. You can do that tomorrow. You woke up one day and you thought that you was a Hebrew Israelite. This is in our DNA because we're spiritual people. And our ancestors wanted to see what that was about. Right? You had those that wanted to see what that was about. And then you also got those that was forced to accept this. See, not all of our people was inclined to subject themselves to such understanding. We wasn't doing that. We fell, right? We fell by them teaching and also the invasions. Understand that these people invaded our space. I repeat, they invaded our space. Christianity was not in our culture, it's not in our DNA. And I try to tell the big bro to understand that, big bro, religion is not in our DNA. You can't expect me to understand anything that's under the scope or the guidelines of religion. And the Biblos promotes religion. It does not promote a way of life. It promotes religion. Okay? The name, the Bible. Listen carefully when I say this to you. And shout out to my big bro and who bought this. I said, wow, how did I not see that? By, like the author, bull. The Bible. This is a book about Baal. This is Baal worship. This is not of who we are. And it explains why it's the justification of the murder of innocent black people, the abortions of black people, the conquering, the genocide upon black people, because this is Baal. This is a story about Baal. The by is by Baal. That's just what it is. Now, when you start seeing things like this and you start doing your homework and you start to opening your eyes and your ears to outside sources other than the Biblos. See, when you denounce religion, you automatically open the doors to really trying to figure out who the heck you are, because the creators of this universe don't know what religion is. Religion is a heathen creation forced upon black people. That's just what it is. And they came, we fought, and we fell because of guns, because of cannons. You understand? We over here with swords, and these people is coming with things that we ain't never heard before. They shooting us from far. You see it in the movies. They got snipers and all that. Where you think they get that from? Come on. You got to understand that. Okay? And the Bible, right, is a story about who. Now, when I ask these questions about who, the question is quite simple. If Africa is the land, the Holy Land, right, then characters within that Bible should also be found within the Holy Land. There's no mention of such characters. And if there's no mention of such characters, by default, I have to question what's being given unto me. Now, my big bro is saying, listen, I hear what you're saying, but are you suggesting that we discontinue from the Biblos? Like I say all the time, the Biblos has some very knowledgeable information as far as moral standards, like the book of Proverbs, the book of Ecclesiasticus, you understand? The book of Psalms. There's certain things that allow us to read and keep us in a moral ground. You know what I'm saying? But the overall book is a contaminated, deceptive, Luciferian tool that's doing exactly what it's doing now. And as a person, not only as a historian trying to find out our history, not only as a person that's put into the forefront to stand before you guys and guide you, right? As a man of trying to find who I am, I can't teach you guys. I can't teach you guys counterfeit material, information. I can't teach you that. That's an injustice to you. That's an injustice to me. That's an injustice to the creators of this universe. I can't teach you that. I can't tell you, yo, man, I'm gonna show you how to rob this bank, and I take you to a bank that's presenting nothing but counterfeit bills. How does that make you feel? You risking everything. You risk it all. You risk your freedom to go inside this bank, to come inside the bank, to pull out, take this money, and it's a counterfeit. How would you feel? That's my approach when it comes to this understanding. So yes, I completely put to the side. Completely, completely put to the side because it's too much counterfeits. It's too much plagiarism. I've been eating the meat pause, super pause, and throughout the bones, et cetera, et cetera. Well, I've been done that. I've been doing these studies as far as understanding the biblos for over 10 years. I've done this from front to back. I've done this. But what I've done wrong that I'm coming to the realization is I'm coming into reading these things with my eyes set already under a Euro Christian ideology. I just changed it from Jesus to Yeshaya, or now I'm changing it from Yeshaya to Messindency. But the ideology remains under a Euro Christian perspective, right? Now, when you release yourself from the Euro Christian perspective and you reading it, you're putting everything to the table. You're putting everything that you learn. We put in that this happened in Egypt, right? We was in Africa. The whole story is telling you that it was in Africa. But in the same token, while it's in Africa, it's also telling you what's being done to Africans. Now, I'm not in the position, like I told the big bro, I'm not in a position to divide and say, this is who we are, that's who they are, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not in the position to do so, right? I'm in a position to question what's being done to innocent people. I don't care of, the sellouts. We're gonna always have sellouts. That's just life. You're never gonna have, you're never going to have solid individuals. You're gonna have the fake ones. You're gonna have the real ones. You're gonna have those that you question. That's just life. That is just life. There's nothing you can do about that. But the foundation of what's going on to my people, the things that went on to my ancestors, the children, the wives, these are the things that I have to put in my forefront. Because according to the Biblos, when you read the Bible, doesn't it not say that you're supposed to care for the widows and the fatherless? So when I read stories about what's going on to the widows and the fatherless, or the children and the wives and the mothers, and I see how they're being mishandled, mistreated, okay, misrepresented, I question that, right? I question that. And when I have to question that, then I have to say to myself, is this something that I still got to teach to black people, knowing that this is something vicious, genocide, homicide, you know what I'm saying? Desensitized, that's been given unto us by the oppressors, and telling us that this is about us, according to who? Is this something that I got to teach to my people? Absolutely not. You see, when you love your people, you put your people before anything. I put my people before the so-called word of God, because the so-called word of God, there's no archaeological, there's no historical, there's not enough proof to justify that this word of God is the word that of the gods that created us. This is just a belief. Okay. And if it's such a belief, then this is not for me to teach. I'm sorry. I'm not standing on beliefs. We want the facts over feelings, facts over opinions, facts over insertions, assumptions. It's the facts. If there's not a fact, that joint is whack. You bring that joint back to wherever it came from. Right? And I'm justified because, like I said, I've done this. I did the studies. I've been reading. Right? I've been. But my stance is my people first. Right? My people come first. Now, whatever comes along with that is gonna come along with that, right? You're gonna find the coconuts. There is coconuts. There's still coconuts now. Matter of fact, not only is there coconuts, but we still got contaminated seeds in this world. What I mean by contaminated seeds, we got the mixed breeds. They are here, right? Like the saying goes, if you put ink in water, you can no longer use the pen, right? Because it's contaminated. And then you no longer could drink the water. So what do you have here? You have two contaminated situations. How do you fix that? You fix it by continue putting more ink so it can override the water where you can write again, or you put more water so it can cleanse out and flush out the ink. So sooner or later you can be able to drink it. That's how it goes, right? True word. But I lost my train of thought. But he also the big bro also mentioned he also mentioned the the question of the creators. Now, again, this is monotheistic, right? Monotheistic is something that the Europeans took upon after the Pharaoh decreed that we should after the Pharaoh decreed that we should worship one God. This is where you get the Ra. We should only worship Ra. I forgot the name of the Pharaoh. But again, prior to that, as you can see, there was no such thing as monotheistic. And then on top of that, remember, this is the studies that's in Upper Egypt. The Upper Egypt does not govern the entire Africa. It did not do that. Okay, we was out in the West, we was out in the South. We didn't know nothing until this very day. You see, there are many different gods that brothers and sisters call on, many different beliefs when it comes to the creators of this universe. Now, why do I say Sunini, Nanini, masculine, feminine? Why? Because for one, I remember when it was brought to my attention, it said, "Do you know Nanini is mother?" I didn't know that. And then I spoke to, shout out to my sis, who's from South Africa, who moved to California, who's still connected to the land, who's not subject to religion, who's not subject because she understands. She comes from a family that understands exactly what went down in South Africa. Okay. She said it, she let it be known. And I'm gonna have her come on the show so she can speak her truth, speak her facts, should I say. And she let it be known that this Jewish ideology was forced upon our people. Forced. So again, here we go again with the word force upon our people. Okay? Force upon our people. So when I asked her about Sunini Nanini, she said, yes, these are it's a physical, it's a masculine and a feminine energy. This is where you get this is what you pray. This is how you give praise to, you meditate on and allow them to dwell inside of you so you can be complete. Okay. And like I said, there's a lot more other things. I'm still doing homework. This is why I don't bring it forth. There's a lot of other things that she mentioned. Even the term, this halalela. I said, yo, what does that what does that consist of? Is it mean congratulations? She said no. She says that has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with anything spiritual. Is halalela is like looking forward to. I'm gonna look through my phone because I don't wanna butcher what she said. It's like looking forward to. It's like that's what it means. It's like looking forward to. It's not saying like, oh, praises. That's no. That's not what that is. That has nothing to do. That has nothing to do with our creators. That's like saying I love God, and you're like I love God, and your response is saying for real, oh word. That's what that correlates to, right? Now, what am I here to do moving forward? What I'm here to do moving forward is what I've said all the time. Is I'm in the pursuit of finding the understanding of who we are. I'm in the pursuit of finding my culture, our culture. I'm in pursuit of that. And through my pursuit, I'm going to go through doors. Some of you guys may feel like, hold on, June, why you went through there? Because I have to. Some of you guys may not understand. Listen, when you are a warrior, my job is to go through every door and fight every fight until I find what I need to find. I have to go through the door. Just like I went through the door of Christianity, just like I went through the door of I don't want to say Islam. I looked into it and it was a dub. Just like I went into the door of the Hebrew Israelite, just like I went into the door of the story of Akko B and all that. We went through these doors. We went through these doors. But going through these doors does not give us what? It doesn't give us pure. It doesn't give us the pure understanding of who we are. It still gives us the Euro-Christian ideology. It still puts us in a space of being settled and relaxed and humble and singing Kumbaya, my Lord. We're there. That's not of our nature. I can't. I owe this to my ancestors, the ones that was placed before me. My job is to ensure that these brothers and sisters are in a space of that our brothers and sisters are in a space of redemption. I must avenge what happened to my ancestors. The reason why we're not in the mentality of avenging what happened to our ancestors is because we have a Euro-Christian ideology. We was fed this. Don't worry, be happy. Jesus is coming. Don't worry. We on that mentality. That's Euro-Christian. That's ideologies given unto you by the oppressors. I can't stand on that. Sorry. I can't. So my approach is gonna be different. Me knocking on doors and say, hey, hello, let me know about this culture right here. How far back does this culture goes? How did we do this? And in the process of me learning such cultures, can you give me the story on how did these invaders come into your space and take over your life? You see, one thing that black people is going to do, black people is going to tell you the truth on how we fell as individuals. And when you get the truth, when you start speaking to the people and you start getting understanding, like I said, this is just the beginning. I'm gonna start interviewing people. I'm gonna let people that's from America that move to these areas speak to you directly, so you guys can understand where I'm coming from when it comes to the understanding of who we are. And every single person that I told to, one thing that they're gonna say for certain is gonna say, ever since we got this book that's in our hands, we have never recouped, never recovered, never risen, nothing. Ever since they brought religion into our space, put these churches, gave us Jesus, gave us Allah, we have never recovered. The people is still suffering to this very day. So if I know that that is that to be true, then my job is to step away from the problem. That's the step away from the situation that's causing the problem. It's just logical sense. Now, my big bro also said that he's like, yo, Junns, I hear what you're saying, but you also got to be mindful, and then you got to meet people where they at. You know, some people is just not ready to accept such things, and I get it. It's cool. I get it. It's cool. There's plenty of other teachers that's willing to provide them with such help when it comes to that. Oh, I'm not ready. I still want to believe in Jesus. I still want to believe in Yeshua. I still want to believe in Messiah. I still that's cool. That's cool. I'm knocking you for that. But for me, and for my and for the warriors, for the riders, we ain't looking into that. We're not doing that. We looking for the spiritual answers, the spiritual ammunitions. We looking for everything. We looking for our might, our strength, because we, like the word says, our weapon is not cardinal, right? Cool. So we need to go find where our powers rely, and our powers rely within the earth. This is facts. When you read how we took down these individuals, the most powerfulest army in Haiti, it was not just it was not just us physically doing things. We had Mama Love with us too. We had Mother Nature with us. We had the heavenly ones with us as well. You see, when you tap into that side, your ancestors, the divine orders of the universe by default overtakes your body. I seen it firsthand. I seen it. The strength is within you. It's within us. And I'm not gonna provide you guys with anything that's gonna tamper with your armor. And the big blows is what's doing to our people. It's tamper with our armor. Look, me saying this is just like, okay, you subtle, you worry, you're not ready to. That's cool. You know, I'm not gonna knock you on how you believe, but I can't do that. Because I was created, I was put on this earth to avenge our ancestors. I must avenge my father's death. I must avenge all those that was sold, all those that was fed to alligators, all those that was raped, all the men that was buck raped and all that. All of these people, I represent that. I represent that. The assassinations, all of these brothers and sisters that done died just trying to awaken our people, unify our people, the Bob Marleys. You know what I'm saying? Like this is where I'm at with it. This is where I'm at with it. This is where we need to be. And like I told the big bro, I'm not in a position to divide. I'm not caring about what happened as far as uh, uh um the division amongst us. I'm not caring for that. At this moment, I'm not in a position to do that. Just like I'm not in a position to decide uh uh what is right and what is wrong. We're not in a position because we just don't know, right? I'm not gonna base on my stance on a belief. I'm not. I'm not. I can't. That'd be stupid of me. That'd be naive of me. I'm not. I'm standing on the facts. Now, if you're saying the Bible is a story about us, you got to provide me with the facts. Don't tell me no Bantu scrolls. That's not a fact. That's an opinion. That's an insertion. That's a belief. That's not a fact. I need the facts. And if you saying it's hidden in the Roman Catholic Vatican vault, whatever, until we open that vault, that's not a fact. That's still an opinion. That's still an assumption. Can't afford that. You know what the fact is? When I read the book, murdering of innocent black people. These are facts. These are facts. Now the big bro said, did we not go off? I'm not gonna go off the studies of going off because our understanding of what's going off was when we read their book. I can't go off the subject of them going off. We don't know what going off is. We don't know. We don't know what was going on in the land prior to these people invading us. I don't know. And I'm not gonna put myself that far back to think and assume what happened. All I know is I read stories, I read templates, I listen like a student, I listen, I research, I ask questions, I get the answers, I bring forth to you. That's all I do. But I'm not gonna go fall back and worrying about we went off because prior to reading the Biblos, nobody knew what going off was. Now, when you say going off what? According to who? According to the ideologies of the Euros? That can't be something I stand on. I can't. I'm sorry. I don't know what going off is. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. And you don't know neither. We don't know what's going off. We're told the story about keeping the commands and we was this and that. We don't know if it's true or not. We don't know. We don't know. Because thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not covetous, thou shalt not lay with other person's wife, thy neighbor's wife. But yet we're told to go into a land to scope it out, which is covetous. To thou shalt not steal, we stole the gold. Thou shalt not kill, we kill. Thou shalt not lay with people's wives, we was raping women. Nah, can't stand on that. How do I teach my children that? My children are going to say, Dad, but the Bible said you should not do this. So why God is allowing us to do that? See, when children are able to see that and adults aren't able to, that's how you know religion has overtaken the minds of our people. And that's just how I see it. I'm not going to stand on anything that's going to question or also promote the genocide of my people. Not doing that. So, yeah, I don't know what's going off. I don't know. I don't know. Or what I do know, I know that the Bible promotes the Holocaust of black people. I know that. These are the facts. This is not an opinion. This is not an insertion. This is not a belief. This is the facts. You see, I'm trying to have brothers and sisters walk in the state of understanding the facts. We want facts, people. I can't say we want the truth because there's no truth on this earth because the whole entire earth was put together by lies. Think about that. Think about the stories that we was told over the years. That the devil is this, the devil. How does the devil have so much power? Why didn't the creators just take out the devil altogether? Why would the creators then flood the entire earth, Sodom and Gomorrah, do all this killing, send his son, sacrifice his son died, do this, do that, all of this, just for a measly old individual, measly old things, the creators of the gods and this, and don't just eradicate it all? How many times did God within the Biblos tell individuals, I'm about to destroy the entire race and start a whole new nation with you, Moses, with you, Abram? Show me one good person and I'll spare everything. So you got such power to do so, but yet you allow wickedness to run rapid on this earth. It doesn't make sense. This is why I can't teach this to my people. This is why I can't teach this to my people. It doesn't make sense. It's too much contradiction within contradiction within contradiction. And like I told the big bro, I say, yo, big bro, I'm loyal to you because you my big bro. I know you personally. Personally, I broke bread with you. We sat together. We drunk wine. You know what I'm saying? I hugged your moms, your sisters. You know what I'm saying? You hug my children. You know what I mean? My moms. You know what I'm saying? Like our relationship goes beyond this internet, goes beyond this spiritual. It goes beyond that. In fact, I remember when I first met my big bro, I said, you know me, when I come into an atmosphere, I'm scoping it out. I'm like, yo, if something was to pop off, who do I have to keep my eyes on? I'm looking at my big bro. I say, yo, this is a big ass nigga right here. You feel me? But to interact and communicate like, nah, this is a solid dude, bro. This is a solid brother, man. You know. And then the wisdom. You know what I'm saying? My big bro always had the wisdom. And it's like, oh wow, like yo, I never seen that. Wow, thank you. That means a lot. But at the same time, this was when the space of me learning, right? This is when I was in the space of me learning. And when you learn, you learn, you teach, you understand, and you proceed to go forward with your journey. But my loyalty remains with the big bro. And even when I stand on how I'm standing right now, how I'm feeling, and is this is something that I'm gonna feel for the rest of my life? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. But what I do know is there's a lie that's being told to the Bantus. There's a hypnosis that's happening upon the Bantus. And that hypnosis is coming from the real legions that's being taught to us. It's coming from the biblos that's being given to us, the Quran that's being given to us, and every other spiritual book that was created by heathens and told us to follow. These things are what's being done to us. And I say that, and for me to conclude, I say that when you see stuff like that as a real individual. And that's another thing my big bro said too. He was like, yo, man, not everybody's gonna understand the street mentality. Not everybody was from outside, and I get that. But this is why I'm back outside to show you what was outside. Because some of you guys probably never knew this. But when you from the streets, right? There's no fool me once, fool me twice, fool me three times. Once you violate, that's violation. Use a dub. There's no coming back from a violation, and especially the magnitude of the violation. Like if you slap my moms, you can't be homies ever again in life. If you kill God forbid, you kill my brother, you kill my sister, you kill anybody I love, there's absolutely no forgiveness, no coming back, no nothing. There's nothing you can do for me to come back and say, I love you. That's what comes with Euro Christian ideology. There's no coming back from that, period, whatsoever. Right? So when you come from this type of mentality, and you see the violation that was done to your ancestors. You see the violation that was done, that's being written in the book, and you see the lies that was told to you in the book. By default, you use a dub. I'm not. No, no, no. We can't afford that anymore. No. And this is the position that we are in as you know what I'm saying, as people of color. It's time for us to say, nah, enough is enough. When you start saying enough is enough, oh, before I even see, I'm going off. Let me finish saying this. So I had to tell the big bro, he said, so how do we fix these circumstances? I said, it's quite simple. We have to let go of the Euro Christian ideology, right? From the separation of the Euro Christian ideology, you're now back to square one. Okay, now you in square one. The next phase is to start analyzing self, right? Self care. Okay. Remember, I told you guys the four elements, right? Freedom, justice, health, prosperity, power. Okay. These four things must be implemented in order for you to gain back who we was. Right? Right? Cool. So after you cleanse yourself, and you cleanse yourself from all this euro, you detoxify all the way down to the literatures you learn in school. All of that has to be removed from you. Because now you gotta, once you remove that garbage, you now have space in your mind, in your heart, in your soul to receive true understanding. But the first understanding and the first education is going to be you understanding yourself, understanding the food you're supposed to eat, understanding uh, um, uh, the food that you eat, your blood type, etc., etc. You're gonna understand these things for yourself, right? Then you're gonna go on a pure African journey. What I mean by is you're gonna open your eyes to everything that is African. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you gotta learn to say 5,000 times. I don't care what it is. That's for you to go through. You go through that. You go tap into the Yoruba people. You tapping into the Yoruba spirituality. You tapping into the Lagoon, the Voodoo. You tapping into that. And the big bro said that he's gonna bring forth something to explain voodoo. He wants me to listen. And I said, I'll give it a listen. I'll give it a listen. But like I said, again, your ideologies can't just be based solely on what people are saying. See, me, I speak to my mom. I got relatives, family members. You're not gonna tell me what's being said on the internet is gonna override what was being told by family. Remember, our history is oral. Pause. Right? But anyway, you tap into these things. Okay? Then you tap into Mother Nature. You know what I'm saying? While you on your spiritual journey, you tapping into Mother Nature. As you start eating clean, you start eating good, you start eating alkaline foods, food with electrolytes that's gonna enlighten your body. That's not gonna put you in a low frequency. Everything's gonna levitate. You're gonna be elevated to the next level. These are the things that you have to put into your body, right? Right? All of these things is very important. You're learning African traditions, food customs, how we put things together, how we ate things, herbs that we used to do that healed every part of our bodies. Don't listen to this story of, oh, we was living this and that, we dying, we're dying because we're following the ways of the heathens. Okay? Cancer, 70 years old is still young. 80 years old is still young. You're supposed to start slowing down when you hit the 100 mark. All right, I'm 100 years old. Let me settle down. This is when you're supposed to hit that mark of feeling old. 70, 80. I didn't see something the other day. A man, 92 years old, man, running up and he's running, jogging, full speed. Come on. These things is in our DNA, it's in our customs. The reason why we're not seeing that is because we're not eating. We're not tapped in within the universe. We're like trees, people. We're like a tree. As we get older, the finer we get, the purity. You understand? So that has to be addressed. The spirituality has to be addressed. Understanding our history has to be addressed. And then conversation, tapping in, learning how to tap into that next realm. Because you can speak to your ancestors. Your ancestors are amongst you. The dreams that you will have are amongst you. They are here. Do you understand? When you let go of the Biblos and you let go of the Euro-Christian ideologies, you'll start seeing things for what it is. Don't listen to the stories. Tomorrow, I'm going to come on and I'm going to give you some African things that we was doing prior to our enslavement. All of these things that we are being told is Euro-Christian, the fear tactics. Remember, these people have no power. They must use fear. And I'm going to elaborate more on our demise, on our fall. Maybe I got to put something together so I could break down the fall of our people. How did we fall? How did these individuals come into our space? Because I know what I said in the beginning. I know a lot of you guys, it may seem like it's confusion, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm going to give you a clear breakdown and understanding on how we fell. Okay? And what's keeping us at the bottom? What's keeping us at the bottom is their religion. These people know this. These people know this. Look. You see this? These people know this. They know this. And last but not least, I'm saying all of that to say, last but not least, we have to go back home. You guys want to take trips to go to Jamaica, Puerto Rico. Y'all want to go everywhere in this world other than going back home. You have to go 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 back home. And from the moment you go back home, the creators will dwell with you, will speak to you, will heal you, will guide you, will inform you, and last but not least, will also armor you. That is the biggest threat to all humanity. The rise of the Bantus will not be televised. But Junns, the NBIC, authorized to tell you guys. So for those that thinking that I shy away and I stepped away and I'm no longer, doing the path or the works of the creators, don't worry, I'm still here. But the Euro-Christian ideology, that is not of our creators. The monotheistic mentality, that is not of our creators. The rise of the Bantus will not be televised, like I tell you. But anyway, like, comment, share, subscribe. If it's your first time, I hope it's not your last time. If it's your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth time, I hope it's not your last time. I mean, if it's your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth time, that means I'm still on your mind. That means we got to stay on that grind because it is about that time. That time for us to do what? Time for us to go get yours. I'm out to go get mine. It's your brother, man. You understand? And I'ma holla.